In step 2, your objective is to activate the LED by pressing either push button 1 or push button 2. For this step, you will try this on your own. Before you begin, let's take a closer look at the push buttons. You can see here that push button 1 and push button 2 are connected in parallel, meaning that one can bypass the other to light up the LED. Open your workbook to activity 2.1. For this step, these are the 4 symbols that you will need to draw. Just as before, for this activity, the power source has been drawn for you as a starting point. Pause the video now and begin. The diagram in activity 2.1 is fairly similar to the previous step, activity 1.1, but with the addition of a second push button. Here you can see the completed diagram. By adding the second push button in parallel with push button 1, you can activate the LED by pushing either of the push buttons. Open your workbook to activity 2.2. For this step, you will use the diagram in activity 2.1 to help you to draw the wiring diagram for activity 2.2. Pause the video now and begin. Just as with activity 2.1, all you had to do was add 2 wires to connect push button 2 in parallel with push button 1, as shown in the highlights. For activity 2.3, you will use your previous diagrams from activity 2.1 and 2.2 to physically wire your circuit board. Pause the video now and begin. How did you do? This is how your board should look when wired. Power will flow from the power source to both push buttons. Depending on which push button is pressed, power will flow through that push button to the LED and back to the power source. Congratulations! You have just completed step 2.